I sent a picture of this to Craig so we can have some FOMO.
Yeah, well, he was invited, but they have a meeting.
Oh, come on.
You know, so
Well, we're glad to have you. We're honored to have you.
Let me sit in the middle so I can be a little closer to you.
yeah.
So we're not too far.
You guys have a beautiful setup there over on the expo floor. How has TRE been treating you?
It's been great. It's a little overwhelming having so many people in your world in the same building at the same time.
Yeah.
So many new products. Like if you're a runner, this is heaven, right? It's overload.
Jesse, a lot has happened since obviously it's no longer Foot Locker Cross Country Championship anymore. It's now Brooks and Sound Running. It's been a lot of moving parts in a short amount of time. How has everything been?
It's been a whirlwind. It's I think this is such an important event. It's an event I grew up watching, wanting to be a part of. I think so many runners in this building, so many runners watching feel the same way. And so to have the ability to be a part of it, even with this like short runway of like just a couple months to execute everything, we're getting to the payoff zone where we're getting to the West Regionals this weekend. And then the next week is Nationals in San Diego. And man, we are excited for that one.
Go ahead.
I'm so excited. I mean, this event was like, this was the Super Bowl. This was like what me as a high school runner dreamed of. And, you know, the athletes that have come through that race are today's stars, or people that came through 50 years ago went on to do tremendous things. How does it feel to kind of continue that legacy? How important did you feel it was to continue that legacy?
Oh, it's super important. I think keeping the tradition and keeping the legacy alive is really important to us. And I think not just keeping the event alive, but keeping the connective tissue that made it what it is, and so that people that have run it before can look back and be like, oh, I can compare these things. I mean, being at Balboa, you can look years and years down, back and see who's run at Balboa and what they've done, and that's super, super important to us. And like I said, we get to see these runners get there in a week and a half, and man, we're just excited. And this is, I watched this event in high school. I never actually ran the regionals. It was like we just, we were on steam, just on fumes by the time we got to state. So we never made it that far. But these kids now, this is what they're made for. Postseason is the season now.
What you guys do things at such a high level at Sound Running. Every event you put on, the apparel you make, man. Like I know a Sound Running product when I see it because it's just so unique and high quality. So whatever you're doing, when you set your mind to something, you do such an amazing job. So my question is, what is the Sound Running? What is your special twist on this event? How are you making it new and special?
Yeah, so our apparel, it's unique that everything we do, whether it's our events or our white label apparel brand, I think we try to take what we know from the sport. We get a lot of insights from watching these pro races and being around pro athletes at all times. You learn a lot about the top end of the sport. You see trends before brands see trends, because you see what pros are doing, and you're like, and then a year later you see that enter the market. And I think we want to bring a lot of those insights into this high school level, and bring the professionalism of what we do with our pro events to the high school event. Let's treat these kids like pros, because they are the pros of the future, the Olympians of the future, the stars of the future. So what can we learn from our professional events and take that and put it into these high school events? And I think, this year you're going to see a lot of that. Next year you're going to see this event really level up. We're going to have a full year roadway. So,
you said it best that this event is very special. Obviously, you have the Cole Hawkers, the Grant Fishers of the world that really came from this event. But something else I would use to describe it is necessary. It's very necessary to the cross-country community, to the high school community. And I would love to know, why do you think it was necessary that Sound Running be a part of this? Like, just give it that twist, give it that energy. What is it so special and necessary about Sound Running that's going to help to enhance this event as you continue it?
Yeah, I would say, first and foremost, the groups that came together to keep it alive, like that was our number one goal, was, hey, this is too important to just be like, oh, that was, we have to keep it alive. So that was the number one goal. And then I felt like we came together with different brands and partners that shared that goal. And as we look towards the future, San Diego is the national championships, right? But there are regional championships that hit 99% of the runners.
Yeah.
This is just 50 kids and boys, 50 girls. And we want those regional championships to be the best meet those kids have ever run. And I would say that's the biggest goal, is like we want the Northeast Championship and the Midwest Championship to be the coolest meet they ever run in high school. How do we do that? And we have to challenge ourselves to that. And it's not going to happen, right away, but we have to, that's our goal.
Can you talk about the jackets a little bit? Because you're saying you want this to be the coolest events, and it was just that. It was really cool, and to see them kind of rocking those jackets when you make it to championships, obviously it means that you're a dog. You're good. You can't buy this. You have to earn this. Where'd that idea come from?
So our head of apparel, Craig, he's the runner. Like, he's watched a million Olympics. He's watched Olympic trials, and one of those moments you see, talking about bringing that professional lifestyle into the high school, is when you make a team. You get the jacket on the podium. You get the whatever it is, the Olympic jacket or whatever it is. And that's part of the process. And so we talked about a medal's a medal, and these kids at this level have they have enough medals forever, right?
Yeah.
But how cool is it to also put on this like special one of a kind? There's 100 of them, right? And there's 50 boys and 50 girls get these jackets, and it's just theirs, and we can only make a medal so unique and so special, but those jackets, and I think it was the winner of the regional weekend from what I saw, is because the reactions to those jackets were the ones we were like, wow, that was as cool as we hoped it was. And that's kudos to our apparel team, who just like has those insights.
I mean, I said it earlier, but like there's something about that Sound Running apparel. You don't have to see the label to know that you guys made it. I mean, I commend you. I've always appreciated you guys for doing that, and making something different and something really thoughtful. And it's clear the love that you guys have for what you do. So I know Brooks is going to be here, and I know that's the big thing on the horizon, but you're so much more than that. What are you looking forward to in 2026 outside of that, and just continuing to grow Sound Running's footprint and impact?
Yeah, we have a full slate of professional events each year, and we're excited every year about those events. But as we get closer to LA 2028, being that most of our events are centered in Los Angeles, we're just closer and closer to the whole world paying attention. We get international audiences to come to our events every year, athletes from all over the world. I think our 10 event that we do has national records from like 25 different countries. And it's crazy for me to think about, and most specifically the U.S. and men's and women's record. But we know that, but the whole world will actually start paying attention to LA these next 2 years. And that's what we're really excited about, is that ladder to LA 2028 and having the whole world kind of come to our events and to see what we've been doing.
Jesse, I want to hit you with the hypothetical real quick. Let's say we are 25 years in the future. At this point, what impact has Sound Running had on the sport of running?
That is actually a really easy question for me, because
I love that.
We need to turn our sport into a business and make it professional. Right now, most events are run by sweat equity, volunteers. Nobody's making money. They're nonprofits. Our sport needs to be a business. And if it's a business, Sound Running will have thousands of employees, and athletes will get paid way more, and they will make better livings, and kids will have more to aspire to, and there'll be different levels of this, and it won't be kind of patchwork like it is right now. Now the schedule changes every year.
Yeah.
Globally, the schedule changes every year. When the national championships are scheduled every year, like NBA championships is the same weekend every year, or same time frame. I can look and see who's going to play the next 82 games, where they're going to be. Like, our sport is a moving target, and financially, it's not working. I hope that our events are run profitably. We try to put as much money into the athletes' pockets as possible. The longer we stay around, the better for them. But if we truly do our job, this sport will be a business, And if it's a business, like the NBA is a business, like the NFL is a business, like WNBA is a business, like it's this that will be the biggest thing we could give this sport. And if we all are a part of that, that'd be amazing. But even if we just kick it off, I don't care how it happens. I hope we're right in the center of it. But unapologetically, we want the sport to make money. That's good for everybody. All these people in this building make money, but the sport suffers somehow. Right. So we got to figure that out.
That is a beautiful vision. That has me excited for 25 years. What year is that going to be? 2050?
Yep.
Let's check back in 2050. I have a good feeling.
Jesse, I'll hit you up.
Okay, I'll be retired. You guys find me on a beach.
Yeah, Jesse. Well, the other thing is we stopped by your booth earlier. I think are speed suits coming in 2026? Is that the new trend?
Speed suits are back. Speed suits are back. They're not just for triathletes. They're everywhere on the track now.
You gotta get me. You got a double XL.
We got you.
Thanks,
we got
brother.
you. Yeah.
I would like a small medium. Thank you.
Come by the booth.
I will.
Yeah.
Jesse, always such a treat to talk with you. Thank you for sharing your vision and your time with us.
No, thank you guys. Thanks for everything you guys do.
We'll see you. We'll see you in the West region, and then next week in San Diego.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'll see you in San Diego.